Hi there, Lee Bird with Btech and an NCUA cybersecurity alert. Recent uptick in cyber attacks against credit unions and third-party service providers. Okay, I was waiting for this email. I see the trends sometimes. It just is crazy how recently, the last 3 weeks or so, we've seen so many new attacks against credit unions. This one in particular, I think what they're referring to, most of you out there probably know about this. It's kind of been like a wildfire of communication in the credit union world. But let's go through this real quick, okay? I want to provide you with some insight in what you can do for your credit union to make sure that you're secure. So this advisory, first and foremost, they talk about attacks against credit unions, CUSOs, and other third-party vendors. It's not just third-party vendors. It's also fourth-party vendors and fifth-party vendors. Vendors that are being breached. So let's start there. We talk about vendor due diligence a lot with Btech clients. You know that your member information sits with a third-party vendor. Does that vendor share your information, your member information, with other vendors that are in support of their services? In the case of a recent data breach that affected a lot of credit unions, I think over 80, it was what I would consider to be a fifth-party vendor that actually had a ransomware attack. Okay, so that one's pretty critical. The next is a lot of the core providers use a product called MoveIt for file sharing. MoveIt has been in the news about a lot of critical vulnerabilities, and here are the CVEs. If you have MoveIt in your environment and you haven't already patched everything, you're in a lot of trouble. So take care of that right away. All right, let's keep scrolling down. There's some good stuff here. First and foremost, these are the NCUA's recommendations. They're all spot on. This critical advisory should not come as a surprise to anyone. If what I'm going to say in the next couple of minutes is new to you, we need to talk, okay? So this is supposed to be a friendly reminder of things that we need to be doing. First, patch and update MoveIt transfer web application. Regular patch management, but also vulnerability assessments and remediation. In a lot of cases, this MoveIt application would not have been discovered in your environment unless you were using a vulnerability assessment product. Next, multi-factor authentication. Okay, it's crazy to me that not every credit union has implemented multi-factor authentication. I know it's an inconvenience. I know there's a cost associated with it. But as we've seen from a lot of the latest studies, more than 50% of the breaches are occurring because of compromised credentials. They get your username and password, now they're in. If they have multi-factor, it's not perfect. They can still get in, but it just makes it a little more difficult. All right, employee cybersecurity awareness training. I call it creating a culture of awareness. You have to have everyone in the environment on board. Everyone needs to understand what a phishing attack looks like. Everyone needs to be doing their best to not click on those links. There's a lot of social engineering as well now where they're picking up the phone and they're calling credit unions. They're saying that they are one of the vendors. They need assistance. It's pretty scary stuff. All right, next one. Email security and anti-phishing measures, SPF, DKIM, DMARC. Again, if you're using Microsoft 365 out of the box, 365 requires hardening. There are lots of great security services within 365 now. Those need to be implemented as well. An incident response plan. I just did a webinar on this last week. One of our key vendors, Arctic Wolf, has a new incident response Jumpstart retainer program. It's $5,000 a year. It includes a planner and everything you need to have an incident response plan put together, including a 1-hour SLA if there is an event. Awesome program. Vendor risk management. Okay, this is the part that I still see that's crazy. Vendor due diligence. You need to know who your vendors are and your vendors' vendors. Where is your information? Your vendor says, oh yeah, here's my vendor due diligence. Are they the only ones that have access to your member information? Network segmentation, that gets into VLANs, networking. There's a lot there. Good recommendations. Regular data backups and recovery testing. One of the large breaches that I referred to earlier, they didn't have data backups. I mean, how is this? It's 2023. How do you not have data backups? So that's crazy. And then last, continuous monitoring and security updates. Again, that's one of the reasons we've partnered with Arctic Wolf. Arctic Wolf is a 24/7 security operations center, managed detection and response. So we take information from your environment, we put it up to Arctic Wolf. They're analyzing this traffic and data all the time. We want to see that breach right when it occurs so we can start that containment process. If you don't have tools in place, you don't know if anybody's in your network right now or how long they've been, on and on. So again, this email doesn't come as a surprise to me. I kind of have a pulse on this. I sensed that this was going to be coming down the pike pretty soon. It did happen today. It's a good email. It's a good reminder. If you want to have a conversation about your credit union cybersecurity, please reach out to me, leebird at btechonline.com. We help over 130 credit unions across the country. We'd love to be an advocate. We want to help you. We want to make sure your credit union isn't the victim of a data breach. Okay? All right. Stay well. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.